Hey everybody. I think one of the coolest things about Bauman Farms is that blue house over there. That's where I grew up. Like, I kind of joke with people that I haven't gone very far in life. Like, literally, my office is right next door to my childhood bedroom, but the farm is right here. This is where I grew up. This is where I've spent my whole life. This is where our farm store is at. And right across the street from the store, right across the street from my childhood home is all of our berries production, our greenhouses, which makes it super cool for it to be so close. I think when people come here, they feel like they're coming to the farm, which is fun. And it's hard to believe, but summertime is here. And you know why I know that? Because strawberries are ready. And right across the field from the barn is our strawberry field. And I want to go take you over there. It always makes me feel like a kid getting out here and running out into the strawberry field. But I want you guys all to stick around. We're going to go talk about strawberries for a little while. But I have a little surprise I've been working on some of the brand new plants for 2027. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. It's so fun coming out here in the morning. The store's right over there. Like, literally, the strawberries are picked and walked over to the store every single morning at Bauman Farms, so you know you are going to get the freshest, most juiciest, best tasting strawberries ever. And I sound kind of silly, but here's the deal. Oregon strawberries are so different than anything you're going to get across the country because it's all about the varieties of strawberries we grow. We grow about 9 different varieties of strawberries on the farm. And the varieties that we grow are the ones that are going to be the highest in the sugar content. And a lot of stuff that you get in California, they're not varieties that have high sugar content. It's more about how well they'll ship across the country. And I get it. If you're a produce grower and you want to ship strawberries to Minnesota, you want to make sure they last in a truck till they get there. But in Oregon, they only got to make it from here to there. And we are all about the flavor. And come on in, because this first variety I'm going to show you, this is a hood strawberry. It's one that we love in the Pacific Northwest. It has this like cap to it, which is why you know it's a hood. But the variety is really high in sugar content. The berries themselves are not huge, but taste amazing. Wonderful flavor. One of the kind of drawbacks of having a lot of sugar in a berry is that they don't keep really long, which is why it's so important that you're getting fruit that's picked fresh that day. But the other thing I don't think a lot of people realize is the difference in the flavor between this berry to the next berry to the next berry is huge. Let me show you. And I'm going to eat as we go. Okay, you're going to love this next berry. Okay, check it out. You can tell, right? It looks a little bit different than the last one we had. Not all of them are this big. I grabbed this one first. Like, you can get the idea, but I want you to see on this berry how it has like ridges to it. It's one of the easiest strawberries to tell the difference of because of the ridges. It's visually pretty easy to see the difference. These are called Shucksons. In fact, there's a gelato place in Portland. I just got off the phone with a little bit ago that this is the only berry they want because flavor is fantastic. It's so hard to describe flavor, right? Like, I can't say, oh, it has notes of cherry. Well, it tastes like a strawberry, but it is so different. And that's why we're going to do something a little different this weekend at Bauman Farms. Like, we have all these berries available. They're out all the time. But on Saturday this week, we are going to put out, we call them half flats. There's 6 pints of berries. And you're going to get 2 of one kind, 2 of another kind, and 2 of another kind. And we're going to label them for you. So I want you to be able to taste and see the difference between all of these, because the hood that we just tried is very different than the Shuckson. I'm trying to find the perfect berry. There's so many out here. Okay, so this is Sweet Sunrise. Another berry. You can see it almost has a cap on it like a hood, but not nearly as pronounced as a hood does. But the flavor is very, very different. A lot of the varieties that we get in Oregon, they won't touch in California because they won't ship, they won't keep, like I said. But the flavor, oh, so good. We've been lucky this week. One of the things that's different about strawberries and some other berries is the more sunshine they get, the sweeter they get. So when you have a little bit of rain, it's hard on the berries. They're actually not as sweet. So if you're trying to pick a day to get the primo berries, a nice sunny day for a couple stretches will make it even better. As a kid, I hated this job. And I feel so bad. These guys are working their tails off out here. It is back-breaking work. You're bent over, strawberries are on the ground. There is no machine that picks strawberries. It's just not something they've invented, or not in the way that we have it do it. So every single one of these berries is picked by hand. This is one of my favorites. They're just getting ripe. There's not a lot of them out here. I think today was the first day we had some on. You'll notice that they're almost a little pointier. And I'm looking over at the next row, and I should have not eaten these as we kept going, but we were in the strawberry field, and I had to tell Jessica and show her as we went how each of these went. But these are totems. Totems, I'm going to eat it anyway, are, I think, one of my favorites. But it's early on in the season. They may not have as much sugar content as some of the others we have, but I don't know, there's something different about this flavor. I almost like mine, I don't make a mess. A little bit on the green side too. Maybe I'm weird. But I'm going to save this because I want to show you. These ones are a little bit different. These, and you can kind of see in this row, they're not, excuse me, they're not as full of, like this is a totem here, nice and full berries. These ones are not as full. They just don't grow. They're not as bushy as probably a totem. But these are actually Albions. And look at the difference. Much longer of a strawberry, much pointier. Albions are actually an ever-bearing strawberry. They'll keep producing all summer long. This is what we always sell. It has, in terms of ever-bearing strawberries, it produces more than the rest. It has much larger fruit than the other varieties. It's why it's the only variety we sell anymore. And the flavor is really, really, but it's just so different. And there's only one way to figure this out, on which one you like best. So you need to come to Bauman Farms. We have them all out. We're even trying to label them all so that you can come and see and pick a pint of each of the different types of berries. The other thing that's, I would say, a little different about strawberries at Bauman, not just Bauman Farms, but in the Northwest, is they don't last long. We have some beautiful weather this week. We're going to have some rain next week. And then you have one more week, and that's probably it. Like, it's 3 to 4 weeks of fruit, and then raspberries will be coming, Logans will be coming, Tayberries will be coming right after that. So it's not something you want to put off. This is something you need to come. It is perfect for Memorial Day weekend to grab some strawberries. We have tons of them at the farm right now. You can always pre-order them, and we'll set them aside for you if you know you're going to come late in the day, because some days we do sell out. Or if you want specific varieties, like the gelato place in Portland. They, in fact, I'll put the name of the gelato place. It is so good down in the comments because I don't remember it off the top of my head. But you should try it. But they want Chucksons. So they call me, they tell me how many Chucksons they want. We come out and pick them for them. We can do all of that. We're going to go the extra mile. And I love strawberries. I love being out on the farm. But we all know my passion is really all about the flowers. And I have some sneak peeks I want to show you. Like most of you, I probably spent too much time on social media. But we were walking out to go show you the trials, and I had to stop because these just arrived yesterday. I think there's about 1,500 of the Fairytrail series of hydrangeas. We did the Fairytrail Fresco this year, which is the new trailing hydrangea that's colored either pink or blue. This is Fairytrail Fresco. This is Fairytrail White. I also have some Fairytrail Bride. Fairytrail Green, I actually had people bring them back because they were upset that they weren't turning colors. And I'm like, oh, it will stay green. The blossoms are green. But I get it. I want you to be happy with it. But it's funny, going back to what I said. I was on social media and they showed these baskets. And I think they had them on, they were like $50 to $60 a basket. And this lady was just furious that a hydrangea would cost $60 and that it should only cost $20, and it was too expensive. Here's the deal. There's 1,500 of them here. To get this, this is going to cost me about $6, $7. And it is going to take me a full year of work in order to make that basket for next year. So for an entire year, we are going to plant these up in a new pot. We're going to water it. We're going to take care of it during the winter. We're going to put some lights on it. We do a lot. We're going to pinch it. We are going to take care of it. For a full year's worth of work, every single one of these 1,500 are going to be babied. So that if everything goes right, we're going to lose some along the way. It's just what happens. We're going to have a beautiful hydrangea for next year. And sometimes I think as a consumer, we think that they just get planted and a couple months later, they're big, beautiful, and ready to go. But as a greenhouse, as a nursery, there's a lot of work that goes into this. Months of trials in order, yeah, $5, $6, it seems like a lot for a tiny little start. Well, there's a lot of work that went into getting this plant to the point where we can propagate it and grow it and get it started. And the person that did all that work should get paid for that. It's a lot of work. And I want them to be rewarded for all the hard work that they did to bring these beautiful plants to market. So before we jump to conclusions, sometimes just think about everything that goes into it. I have been biting my tongue for weeks because I've had all of these new plants and I have hundreds more that I can't wait to show all of you. But I've been trying to get through spring and focus on getting through spring before I go too far into 2027 already. But honestly, I have to start. And there's a couple that I'm excited about and a project I'm working on I want to show you. First off, in our video the other day, we talked about this new salvia. I paired it with the storm-proof hydrangeas at my house. I think I need to grab a couple more of these for my house. I need to try it, right? So I need to go put it at my house some more. But I love this blue, really pretty. This is the improved version of Bee's Knees Petunia. Bee's Knees is the best yellow on the market. But one of the problems with Bee's Knees is that it doesn't like it cold. And when it gets too cold in the spring, the foliage will turn brown really quickly. It comes out of it, but it looks ratty and not good. This is supposed to be better. So we've got some in early. It's a nice tight mat of yellow, perfect color. I'm excited about this. It's just an improvement, but it's one that I oftentimes don't use this in early baskets because I know it'll look bad. And now I'm excited that I can use it a little earlier. This is a brand new series from Ball Horticulture. This is, I think I'm going to say it wrong, Citronova. Citronova is the series of Pachoas that's going to be available this year. And this particular one is Lemon Zest. There's a couple of them in the series, but I really like this one. And they've gotten a little big in here. We're going to kind of space these out. But I wanted to pair these two together with some other new plants. And I have like an area where I didn't do enough window boxes. So I wanted to put some together. Let me show you kind of what I'm thinking. Oftentimes when I'm putting together a combo, I wanted to do the new Bee's Knees and I wanted to try some of that new Citronova series. So I have those two. Now I wanted to put some darker contrasting colors and I wanted to kind of stick with some new stuff. This is the brand new Itsy Blue. Itsy Magenta is one of my favorite petunias of all times. Beautiful growth habit, beautiful flower coverage, and I'm really excited they came out with the blue, but I want to see if that coverage and flower power is similar to Magenta because there's an Itsy White that I don't like as much. It just doesn't have the same growth habit. So I think this blue with the yellow and white is going to be really pretty, and I am really interested to hear what you have to say about this verbena. It is busy. There's a lot going on with it, but I walk by these plants out here all the time and I keep stopping in my tracks. I mean, partly because I like purple, but really pretty plant, nice habit. It's got lots of buds coming on it. And I want to know if this is one that you want to try for next year. And I needed something else to kind of finish this off. So I'm dropping in some of the Black Medusa. I may put one more thing in here, but this is kind of be one window box. I'm going to do like a whole series of these that will go across the arbors at the farm, and we'll kind of keep a look and see how the habit is going. Let me tell you, this is only, what do I got? 1, 2, 3, I have 4 new varieties. I think I have like 30 or 40 for 2027 I have started, and I just can't wait anymore. So you need to follow around, because in the next couple of weeks, Jessica and me are going to be rolling out a lot of these newer varieties, because I need feedback. I need to know which ones you like, and stay tuned, because we're going to have a trial garden. I think this year I'm going to do it earlier. In the past, I usually do it around Labor Day. I think I'm going to bump it up a little bit, so stay tuned.